Let me tell you something. Being broke is not a curse. It's not a life sentence. It's just a moment, a chapter, a season. But the mistake most people make is thinking their bank account determines their dream size. It doesn't. You don't need money to dream big. You need vision. You need faith. You need that fire inside that says, I may not have much now, but I'm not staying here. Your bank account doesn't determine your dream size. That's the truth most people miss. We've been conditioned to think that if we don't have the money, we can't start. If we don't have the connections, we can't go far. But the reality is, the greatest dreams ever chased started with nothing in the bank, just a fire in the heart. You might be broke right now. Your wallet might be thin. Your pockets might be empty, but your vision, that has to stay rich. Because what's in your account can change, but what's in your mind, that's where transformation really begins. Some of the most successful people in the world once stood exactly where you are. They didn't have resources. They didn't have support. What they had was belief. And belief doesn't cost a thing. You don't need a single dollar to close your eyes and see a better future. You don't need credit to commit to greatness. Your dream doesn't ask you for proof of income. It asks you for faith, and that's work ethic. You can't let where you are talk you out of where you're supposed to go. The danger is when you start letting your surroundings shrink your thinking. When you begin to match your imagination with your limitations. That's how people get stuck. They stop dreaming big because they don't see how it's possible. But big dreams don't need to be possible. They just need to be pursued. See, money might open a few doors, but it's vision that builds the house. It's discipline, consistency, and resilience that make the dream real. And all of those things, they're free. They're already in you. Too often, people confuse their financial status with their future. They think because they're struggling now, that struggle is forever. But broke is temporary. Broke is a position. Dreaming is a direction. You can't let a temporary condition kill an eternal calling. Your calling has no price tag. Your purpose didn't come with a receipt. It's yours, regardless of what's in your wallet. So you've got to dare to dream big even when it feels foolish. Even when nobody claps. Even when the fridge is half empty and the bills are stacked high. Because the truth is, your dream doesn't need everyone's approval. It needs your commitment. People might not believe in you yet, but that's okay. The dream will prove itself. The work will speak. But none of that can happen unless you decide right now that your circumstances don't define your capacity. Keep dreaming. Keep imagining more. Let your vision be bigger than your environment. Your money may be low, but your mindset has to stay high. Because as long as your dream is alive, broke is just a chapter, not the end of your story. Dreaming big when you have nothing is the boldest kind of faith. It's easy to believe when everything's going right. When the money is flowing, when the doors are opening, when the support is strong. Yeah, anybody can dream in those moments. But when you're broke, when the world is quiet, when your life looks nothing like your vision, that's when real faith shows up. That's when dreaming becomes a fight. Because now it's not just a dream, it's a declaration. You're telling your situation, you don't own me. When you choose to dream big in the middle of lack, you're speaking a future into existence. You're planting a seed in dry ground and saying, rain's coming. You're looking at a barren field and still believing in a harvest. That kind of faith, it can't be bought. It's grown in the dark. It's shaped through struggle. It's developed in the silence when no one's cheering you on and nothing looks promising. See, Big dreams require big faith because the journey isn't going to be easy. There will be days where doubt feels louder than hope. There will be nights where you question everything. But you have to remember the dream isn't about where you are. It's about where you're going. Faith says, I don't have it now, but I will. It says, I'm not there yet, but I'm on the way. It says, even if I don't see the outcome today, I trust the process. And when you operate like that, when you move like you already believe, something shifts. You start attracting opportunities. You start seeing doors you didn't know existed. People begin to notice not your status, but your spirit. That unstoppable belief you carry becomes contagious. You're no longer waiting for proof. You're walking in purpose. The mistake most people make is thinking they need the dream to ever look possible before they act. But that's not faith, that's comfort. Real faith steps out when there's nothing but a whisper and a fire. It keeps showing up when the world tells you to sit down. It keeps building when all you've got is a blueprint in your mind. Dreaming big when you're broke isn't about pretending you're not struggling. It's about refusing to be defined by it. It's about choosing to see beyond the facts and hold on to the truth. The truth that your future doesn't depend on what you have right now. It depends on what you believe and what you're willing to do with that belief. So yeah, dream crazy, dream big, even when you don't know how, even when it hurts. Because every great success story starts with someone who believed when it made no sense. And that someone can be you. Your current condition is not your final destination. Where you are right now, the stress, the struggle, the silence, it's not where your story ends. It's just the part of the journey nobody claps for. And that's okay. See, people love to celebrate the victory, but they rarely talk about the valley. But it's in the valley where the dream is forged. It's where the roots grow deep. It's where you learn to stand on faith instead of feelings. Because feelings will lie to you. They'll tell you it's over. They'll tell you it's pointless. But faith says, this is not the end. Too many people make the mistake of judging their life too early. They look at their current situation, the job they hate, the debt they're drowning in, the goals that seem stuck, and they assume that's all there is. But life doesn't work like that. Just because you've hit a low doesn't mean you're meant to live there. Don't set up camp in a place you were only meant to pass through. Your condition may feel permanent, but it's not your heirs calling. Every champion you've ever admired went through seasons where it looked like they weren't going to make it. But they kept going. They refused to let a moment define their whole story. That's what you've got to do. You've got to walk through the fire with your head held high, even if your pockets are empty. You've got to keep showing up when the results don't match the effort. Because the breakthrough always comes after the breakdown. The light always follows the darkest hour. See, your dream is too valuable to quit on just because the current view is ugly. That struggle you're in right now, it's shaping you. It's building something in you that comfort never could. Strength, patience, humility, discipline, all of that gets developed in the hard places. And when you come out on the other side, people will see the glory, but they won't know the grind. That's okay. You'll know. You'll know you didn't quit in the storm. You didn't fold under pressure. You didn't surrender when everything in you screamed to give up. So don't get stuck looking at where you are. Start focusing on where you're going. Keep your eyes on the vision. Keep your heart locked into the dream. What you're living in right now may be tough, but it's temporary. Your purpose is still unfolding. The next chapter is being written even when you can't see the pen move. Hold on to this. Where you are right now is not where you'll always be. You're on the way to something greater. And every step, even the painful ones, is leading you closer to the life you were born to live. People may laugh at your dream. They may look at your life right now, broke, struggling, overlooked, and assume you've lost your mind for even believing in something greater. But here's the truth. People don't laugh because your dream is foolish. They laugh because they can't see it. They don't understand it. They can't wrap their heads around how someone with so little on the outside can still carry so much vision on the inside. But that's not your problem. That's their limitation. You've got to be bold enough to keep dreaming even when no one claps for you. Even when they talk behind your back, roll their eyes, or doubt every move you make. Because let's be real, the world has a short memory. They only remember the win, not the war. One day, the same people who mocked your ideas, who counted you out, will be the ones reposting your success, quoting your words, and trying to figure out how you did it. But they weren't with you in the late nights. They didn't see the sacrifices. They didn't feel the fear you had to fight through to even hold on to your dream. The dream isn't supposed to make sense to everyone. It's not a group project. It's yours. Custom, built for your life, your purpose, your assignment. So don't expect people who weren't given your vision to validate your pursuit of it. They'll laugh. They'll doubt. They'll try to talk you out of it. And that's when you've got to lean deeper into your belief, not theirs. The most powerful thing you can do in the face of mockery is keep moving. Let your silence be louder than your defense. You don't owe them an explanation. You owe yourself the discipline to stay focused, because the dream you carry isn't just for applause. It's for impact. It's meant to change your life, your family's life, and maybe even somebody else's life watching from afar. Rejection and ridicule are just tests. Tests of how bad you want it. Tests of whether your dream is just a wish or a calling. And if you can stand firm while the world laughs, you'll earn the right to stand tall when the world claps. Because yes, the applause is coming. The respect is coming. But only if you survive the ridicule. Only if you don't let their laughter break your faith. So let them laugh now. It's okay. You just stay in the lab. Stay working. Stay building. And when your time comes, and it will come, you won't have to say a word. Your success will do all the talking. And trust me, it'll be loud enough for everyone to hear. Grit, not money, builds the dream. That's the part most people miss. Everyone's looking for funding, for the perfect moment, for the shortcut. But the truth is, money doesn't build legacy. But grit does. Grit is what keeps you showing up when nothing's working. Grit is what helps you keep going when you're tired, discouraged, and dead broke. It's not the resources that make the difference. It's the refusal to quit. Grit is born in the moments when nobody's watching, when there's no reward, no applause, no guarantee. Just you and the grind. It's waking up early and staying up late. It's doing what's necessary even when it feels unfair. It's trusting the process when the process is slow. You can't buy grit. You can't borrow it. You've got to build it inside you every day, every failure, every setback. People think the ones who make it had some kind of advantage, and maybe some did. But the real winners, the real giants, are the ones who wouldn't stop. Not after a loss, not after rejection, not even when the money ran out. Because here's what grit does. It turns a no into a not yet. It turns a closed door into a new direction. It doesn't fold under pressure. It grows stronger. Dreams without grit are just fantasies. You can imagine a future all day long, but until you back it with sweat, resilience, and sacrifice, it's just a thought. Grit is the bridge between the dream and the reality. It's what keeps your head high when your heart's heavy. It's what pushes you to get back up when you've been knocked flat on your face. And the most beautiful thing about grit, you don't need anything to have it. You don't need money. You don't need approval. You don't need perfect conditions. All you need is a decision that says, I won't quit. I won't fold. I'm going to see this through no matter what it costs me. So if you're broke right now, that's okay. Just make sure you're not broke in grit. Because grit is what gets you through the seasons of struggle. Grit is what opens the doors no one thought you deserved to walk through. Grit is what turns ordinary people into extraordinary success stories. You've got what it takes, not because of your background, not because of your bank account, but because you've got grit. And if you hold on to it, if you let it fuel you, if you keep showing up when it's hard, your dream won't just survive, it will thrive. Let me tell you something real. Dreaming big when you're broke isn't a weakness. It's your greatest strength. Because anyone can dream when life is good, when the bills are paid, when people are clapping. But to dream when you have nothing, that takes courage. That takes faith. That takes a kind of hunger the world can't measure. Your situation right now may not be pretty. You may be overlooked, underpaid, stressed out, and wondering if it's even worth it. But I promise you, if you don't give up, if you keep believing, keep grinding, keep walking forward even when the road looks uncertain, one day you're going to wake up in the dream you once imagined. And it won't be because you had it all figured out. It'll be because you refuse to stop. You don't need to have it all right now. You just need to hold on to the vision, trust the process, and move with purpose even when your pockets are empty. Because this moment, this broke, messy, uncertain moment, is not your ending. It's your beginning, so dream big. Especially now, especially when it hurts, especially when it doesn't make sense. Because the size of your dream has never depended on the size of your bank account. It's always depended on the size of your faith. Keep going. Your breakthrough is coming.